What would you do if your daily commute was 10 steps to a control panel and your battlefield was a screen? In 2014's Good Kill, Ethan Hawke plays a drone pilot fighting a war from thousands of miles away, clocking in at 9, launching missiles by noon, and making it home for dinner. Warfare redefined for the digital age.
When I first started seeing some of the images of what these drone strikes look like, it does feel something out of an Orwell novel or something, where people are just randomly killing people a planet away almost. It creates something as an actor, as playing these parts, as somebody who's fighting the Taliban from 9 to 5 and then coming to pick up their kids. There's something really schizophrenic about that. That was interesting to play, but certainly felt like a science fiction. And of course, I made 𝗙𝗍𝗃 with this director, and so he's very good at science fiction, so it has that feel anyway.
To make that moral grey zone feel real, director Andrew Niccol not only relied on imagination alone, he brought in the real experts too. Former drone operators from 𝗘𝗅𝗽𝗃 Air Force Base in Nevada were on set, guiding the actors through every switch, every protocol, every uncomfortable silence between commands.
He had 2 former drone pilots walk us through the GCS control, where you control these drones from, and teach us how to do it and what it's like and explain their experiences. And then it's not like they came by one day, they were there every day. They helped us, create a feeling of authenticity.
It's that search for authenticity that gives the film its unsettling calm, and it's also part of a creative partnership that goes way back. Good Kill marks the 3rd collaboration between Hawke and Niccol, after 𝗙𝗍𝗃 in 1997 and Lord of War in 2005. Science fiction, arms dealing, remote warfare, all big themes, and told through very human characters.
I still want to work with him again. Isn't that funny? It's really not that revelatory, really, because, one of my first really great experiences was with him on 𝗙𝗍𝗃, and I just love the way he thinks and the stories that he tells and the way that he's a real humanist, and he can get inside incredibly socio-political situations from a humanist point of view. It's not left-wing or right-wing. He's pro-humanity all the time, and I find that exciting to be near.
While Hawke's character is fictional, every drone strike depicted in the film is based on documented real-world events. For reference material, Niccol studied released footage to understand what these operations actually look like from the operator's point of view.
What I did was I used WikiLeaks, actually. The only place you can really get a good sense of what a drone strike looks like to a drone operator is the footage that's disseminated by WikiLeaks, because it's not made generally publicly available. So I modeled all of my drone strikes on actual drone strikes. So I didn't make up anything, in fact.
Even the locations play with perception. The Yemeni village where missions unfold? Not Yemen, not even close. Those scenes were filmed on a set in Morocco, a location film fans might recognize from Kingdom of Heaven and even Season 4 of Game of Thrones. Look closely and you might spot a leftover prop from medieval warfare, sitting quietly in the background of a very modern one. And maybe that's the strangest part of Good Kill. From battering rams to drones, the tools evolve, but the moral questions do not. Because when the battlefield fits inside a monitor, the real question isn't just how it works, it's still the same as ever. What would you do?